Erica and Nick Ruehlmann lived in Cincinnati, Ohio, and when their son Luke was a child, his parents considered him to be rather smart, who was very vocal, and were often shocked by certain comments that he made. One of the first things that he said that surprised his mother was before he was a baby, he had black hair. His mother would ask him what he was talking about, because up to the age of 2, you had no hair, and now your hair is blonde, and you never had black hair. On another occasion, his mother was getting dressed, and as she was putting on her earrings, Luke reached up and touched the earring and said, "I used to have a pair like that when I was a girl." Now totally confused, she could not work out what her son was talking about. She proceeded to correct her son and explain to him that he was born a boy and was never a girl. But Luke would casually make similar comments to his mother that she could not make any sense of, such as, "When I was a girl I did that." Because Luke was only 2 years old, she did not take anything he said seriously and ignored it. One day they were sitting outside in the garden and discovered some ladybugs, and she showed them to him, telling him how cute they were. She then suggested they give one of them a name, and Luke suggested we name it Pam. His mother was taken aback and thought, where on earth did he get the name Pam from, as he does not know any Pams, and there was nobody in any of the TV shows he watches with the name Pam. On St. Valentine's Day, when Luke was 3 years old, they decided to hang decorations in their window. The decorations were pink and red owls, so his mother asked Luke what name they should give them. Luke suggested they call them Pam, and his mother asked why he wanted the name Pam again, and who was Pam. Her son looked at his mother and said, "I was. Well, I used to be, and then I died, and I went up to heaven, and God pushed me back down. When I woke up, I was a baby, and you named me Luke." His mother thought that was the most incredible thing to come out of his mouth. His parents decided to take a scientific approach to what their son had said, but were not at all that open to the idea of past life experience, and were not prepared to accept such a theory unless it was backed up with scientific fact. After the shock of what the son had said, his mother did not wish to discuss the matter any further, and felt that her son also did not want to talk about it. So she decided to keep quiet about it. When Luke was 4 years old and they were watching TV, something came on the screen about a bombing in Chicago. Then a picture came on showing a building with a hole blown in the side of it. Luke said, "I don't want to watch it anymore," because it was scaring him. His mother said, "Okay, we don't have to watch it," and to put her son at ease, said to him, "But you know that the people you can see on the screen are alive." Luke looked at his mother and said, "Yeah, but I died, and I don't like to think about it. It makes me sad." His mother said, "Do you remember how you died?" And he said, "Yeah, it was a fire." His mother decided to do some research on the incident and asked her son what city it had taken place in and how he had died. She figured if there was some kind of fire in Chicago and there were casualties, there would have to be some kind of record. So she searched for fires in Chicago and put in the name Pamela, and unexpectedly got a hit. She found that on March 17, 1993, there was a huge fire in a building called the Paxton Hotel, where 14 people lost their lives, and one of the fatalities was a black woman in her 30s by the name of Pamela Robinson. When the fire department first arrived at the fire, they found some people hanging outside of the windows and off the roof of the building. Specialists had to be called in to identify the bodies. One woman had jumped to her death. His mother did further research on that part of town and where the funeral home was, and maybe it was where her hometown was. She found a place called Maywood, Illinois. She read that it was a predominantly African American part of town. She asked her son what colour Pam's skin was, and he casually replied, "Black," like he didn't have to think about it. His mother could now see a pattern emerging, but at the same time was feeling creeped out, as it was all fitting in with what her son had been talking about since he was 2 years old. When his father Nick arrived home that night, she was extremely hesitant to discuss it with him for fear of upsetting him or how he would take it. Nevertheless, she told him, and his first reaction was, "You're crazy." When she found actual details of who Luke may have been in a past life, she showed him how everything appeared to be lining up, And compared with the fact that she had never asked him what the woman's race was, that was like the icing on the cake. She was able to find a few pictures of who she believed was Pam, and decided to go ahead and show them to Luke to see what his reaction would be. By showing him pictures of Pam, might be able to put the pieces together for her, and that there could be more evidence. She initially believed that nothing would happen, and that it's probably 99.9% likely that he will have no idea who that person is. She felt that if she can get a better understanding herself, then she would be in a better position to help her son and the bad memories he appeared to have of the fire in the hotel. She decided to show Luke some photos of people and asked him whether he knew any of them, and had placed a picture of Pam amongst them. Luke said, "I know someone I can recognise. It's Pam," and he pointed directly at her picture. He said he recognised the picture of Pam and even remembered it being taken, but it was the other time. His mother thought, the other time? It was extremely powerful for his mother that he picked out the picture and could not really explain it and was bewildered by it all. She didn't really know what to think, but at the same time strengthened the possibility that maybe they'd found the right Pam. She now wanted to make her son understand that he didn't have to worry about fires around every corner or other dangerous things. That he does have another chance now in this life as Luke. Erica decided to contact Pam Robinson's family to learn more about their late family member. She discovered strange similarities between her son and Pam, including their shared love of Stevie Wonder and playing the keyboard. The Ruehlmans were open to share their strange story, but Pam Robinson's family declined to comment.